What up, YouTube? You already know the Latin assassin himself, Big Lou, tapping back in with what it do with Big Lou, NMCR2, baby. So y'all already know the usual. First time you come into the channel, it'd be highly appreciated if you sub, like, and share the channel with your family, friends, folks, peoples, gente, buddies, pals, amigos, amicos, and like us, Puertorriqueños, Boricuas, Jibaritos, Portorros, PRs, Ricans, say panas. Like I already mentioned, it'd be highly appreciated if you hit that sub, like, and share the channel. But on top of hitting subscribe, be sure to hit that notification bell, and then you have the option after hitting the notification bell to hit all. And then you'll be informed every time I drop anything on this channel. So if it's a pre-recorded video like this here, live stream, which I'm going to be running in about 20 minutes, or short, you'll be informed that Big Lou at What It Do with Big Lou just dropped something. Um, and so I need about 14, 16 subs to hit 1,400. I want to thank everybody, each and every one that's got us to this point, and encourage everybody to watch the video entirely and help us get those watch hours up. The goal is 4,000. I got about 2,100 right now. So if anybody can uh, put it on the autoplay on the channel and just watch the videos, that'd be highly appreciated. So anyways, this is a short little video, but I'm going live here in about 20 minutes. And I apologize for keep changing the times, but I unfortunately kept getting busy with different things, and it is what it is. So anyways, this little video is just gonna be short, and this on the thumbnail you see the W, which stands for, could be West Side, could be Wanderers, could be the Warriors, could be whatever. But I just decided to throw that there and use that thumbnail. The reason for this video is, I've seen different questions or different questions, comments, and different type of statements over the past year, probably a couple of years, as far as the prison genre and such. And basically, you'll hear people, or you're not hear well, yeah, you hear some people say stuff, but most of the time you read it. And most of the time these people are saying things such as things like well, who, how this, how that, who's this, who's that, basically. And what I mean by that is, like, they'll ask questions like, well, how can you not be black and be in a black gang? How can you be not Mexican and be in a Mexican gang? How can you be not this and not that but be in this gang or that gang? And it's real simple. It's real simple. You know what I'm saying? The simple answer to this is, you know, uh, you it basically matters where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Okay, so if you happen to be Mexican, or even, I say Puerto Rican, because since I'm Puerto Rican, so a lot of the gangs, Puerto Rican gangs back in Chicago, and I'm sure it's similar in New York, New Jersey, Boston, Philly, uh, you know, those areas. A lot of the Puerto Rican gangs are mixed too. You have some blacks, you have some whites, different Latin descent. So basically, it's the same thing, right? So let me give you two examples. I met a couple of white dudes in prison here in California, and like with most people, they're gonna fall in line. They're gonna fall in line and get with the program. As far as what the reglas are, the rules for the whites. Okay, and what I mean by that is the fact that these two gentlemen were from Chicago, and they both were part members of a Puerto Rican gang. One was an imperial gangster, and the other one, oh man, I think he was a uh, Latin disciple, a Latin maniac disciple. I think he was, but definitely the other one was an imperial gangster for sure. And so they're white dudes, from a Puerto Rican gang coming from the Midwest. Now they're busted in California doing some state time in California. And they told me in talking that it's awkward to them at times, especially when they first came through, because they're so used to being brothers with in the criminal gang lifestyle, being brothers with Puerto Ricans and stuff like that. And so the fact is that now you're in state prison. You can't really, Puerto Rican is, if you're down as Puerto Rican, then you're another. You know what I'm saying? But if you're like me and so many other guys, they're Puerto Rican in blood, but they're down as running with a different group segment. And I'll break that down in a second too about what I've seen Puerto Ricans run. Um, and so, like I said, the guys at first it was real foreign to them, but they didn't make the rules, and they definitely weren't going to break the rules. They wanted their name still to be, so-called good behind the walls and on the streets. So they were gonna, follow suit and get with the program, like I said, and follow the rules. But I've seen Puerto Ricans locked up, run with the North, the South, Bulldog, Crip, Blood. You know what I mean? I've seen it all. Um, and so basically, when it comes to that, I've seen Puerto Ricans come from Bakersfield, and they could either be South or they grew up in a Crip neighborhood, right? I've seen Puerto Rican Bloods from Inglewood family. I remember this cat sticks out to me. His name, he went by Taco. I don't know if he was, if he was mixed or not, but he just claimed Puerto Rican. I mean, he never would say he was mixed. He would just say he's Puerto Rican, but he's a Damu. He's a blood. Um, I seen Puerto Ricans run Southern Latino. I seen Puerto Ricans run Northern Latino. I seen, if you guys know anything about history of things, they're from both Latino groups here in California. The actual OC guys, though, there's been Puerto Rican members of both organizations. At one time, the main cat was Puerto Rican, um, and he changed the name of the group, which I'm not going to get all into that. I don't do all that. But if you guys know, you know. He was the supreme leader. He was our general in Spanish is Nuestro General. So if you guys want to look that up, you can. His name was Babo Sosa. He had two brothers that were members, Julio Bugsy Sosa and Michael Mano Sosa. And then they had some other brothers that were affiliates too, maybe members. I'm not sure, but most of their dealings were on the outside. Also, in that movie American Me, when they dude gets hit and they throw him over the tier. In the movie, it's his own people that are doing it, but the real life story is it was the opposition, and one of the dudes was from New York, and they even called him Apples. The Big Apple. They called him Apples, and he was there when it went down. And then there's been other members over the years that are Puerto Rican or half Puerto Rican, half Mexican. You get a lot of that in the East Bay area, Oakland, Hayward, Dakota, Newark, Union City, San Leandro, even San Jose. You know what I mean? So you get a lot of that. But there's a lot of white guys that are Caucasian that run with the North and the South. You see that a lot. Um, it seems that the the white group segment, especially the skinheads, don't really trip out on that too much on whites running north or south. But any whites that run black or try to run black, big time issue, big time issue. There'll never be peace when it comes to that. As long as that individual tries to walk the general population mainline, they will never stop trying to get the dude for trying to run with the blacks. It is what it is. And then you got the blacks. A lot of blacks don't even know who the individual is, so they're not going to put their self on the line to lose a date, perhaps get stuck, get beat up, hurt somebody else. So that's where that goes. So, um, it could be when it comes to that, it's a little different. I'm not gonna get into that too much. There's also a lot of black dudes that run north or south. I've seen it. There's been many of them, many of them. Not as often as you see white dudes though. White dudes have it more predominantly more of whites than blacks that run north or south. But yeah, it just boils down to where you grew up, what neighborhood. If you grew up in a neighborhood with a certain gang there, and you kick it, most likely that's what you're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's that simple. People ask the question though, like if it's some type of mystery question, like it's some type of um, like something. They just act like it's some type of question, and you're an engineer and you're trying to put something together, and you get this weird, strong, not strong, but this weird to anybody else, it would be weird, right? But the problem that's asked is a legitimate asked question that, because you're on the level you're on as an engineer, you can figure it out. But somebody that don't know, they'll look at it like, what the, huh? And the same thing, people act like with this question. It should be a no-brainer. Like, there's nobody that's gonna tell you, oh no, 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 no. Look at your skin color. You can't run with us, or you can't run with them, or you can't run with them. The only time like I said, that usually happens if it's a white dude trying to kick it with blacks, or run with blacks, sell it with blacks, and they'll have a problem with that big time. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I seen that happen a few times. I've only ever seen one white dude actually ran Crip, and he went Crip the whole time. And you know, luckily for him, the guy he was sold up with is from his neighborhood, and he had a lot of influence on the yard. So obviously, by him being on the yard, and him having influence on the yard, he was able to speak up for this individual, saying that, oh yeah, this is my boy from the street, we're from the same neighborhood. I vouch for him. He's down with us. He'll ride with us. So I'm gonna have his back. So if I'm gonna have his back, you motherfuckers better have my back too, and with his back. And I think that's pretty sure how it went. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not the same in the same exact words, but the sense of the little talk was definitely that out up that down that alley, I would say. You know what I'm saying? So it just, like I said, it doesn't matter what skin color you are. I've seen homeboys that are Arabic, all the different Arabic nations. I think dudes that were Hindus, Pakistani, Hindu, Pakistani, Arabic, different, Asians, Filipinos, uh, Italians, Portuguese, Spanish from Spain, and then of course all the different Latin countries, Latin American countries, starting with the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, Cuba. You know what I mean? Then South America, then Central America, and then so you and Spain. So you're talking Portugal. Brazil speaks Portuguese, but you're talking about, and then Belize, they speak another language too. So you're talking like 18, 19 countries that speak Spanish, the predominant language, and that's what you're working with. So, that's a lot of countries, you know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be, of Latin descent. Anybody of Latin descent is welcome, open arms, you know what I'm saying? And that includes, obviously, Spain, that includes Portuguese and Filipino. Um, a lot of people, if they don't know, Portuguese and Filipino, especially Filipinos, were with the struggle back in the 70s, with the marching of with the Cesar Chavez, Dolores Huerta. Filipinos were big in the agricultural scene back then. Um, and as everybody knows, or maybe they don't know, but Spain also conquered Philippines for a while. And so the Philippines, along with Cuba and Puerto Rico and Guam, all got their independence in 1898. So there's a lot of Filipinos that have Spanish last names. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and tap out on this one. I'll be doing a live soon here. Hopefully this doesn't take long to download, and I'll jump on the live. Um, I'm getting a little tired, boy. It was hot today, very hot. I had to do some quick moving around with some stuff. But anyways, Big Lou's gonna tap on out. Get ready for this live. Get something to drink first. Use the restroom. All right, gone.